Behind every splash of blood, a part of Dexter Morgan's soul drains away forever, and maybe you didn't even notice the depth of each wound that shaped him. The journey of television's most methodical forensic analyst is marked by a trail of bodies that goes far beyond his carefully chosen victims. The losses he suffered were the true cuts that defined who he became, transforming the predator into a tragic, lonely figure inevitably condemned to emptiness. Hey clickers, subscribe with the bell activated, comment on the content you want to see here, share this video to help us grow and keep that hype alive. That strengthens us a lot. Over 8 devastating seasons, Dexter Morgan's life was a succession of tragedies that corroded the facade of normality he fought so hard to build. Each loss represented not only the death of someone close, but also the fragmentation of a part of himself. The first major rupture in his psyche came with the death of his brother Brian Moser, the ice truck killer. The revelation that the monster he was hunting was actually his own brother, the only person who truly understood him, put him in an impossible dilemma. By choosing to follow Harry's code and eliminate Brian, Dexter sacrificed the only genuine blood bond he could have had, marking the beginning of a self-imposed isolation. The second season brought the loss of Sergeant James Dokes, an enemy of a different nature. Dokes wasn't a loved one, but he was the only one who could see through Dexter's mask. His death, caused by the explosion triggered by Leela Turney, freed the protagonist from his greatest threat, but also removed the mirror that reflected his true essence. Without Dokes' accusing gaze, the blood analyst was freer to give in to his compulsions, but also more alone in his charade. The absence of this sharp adversary represented the loss of a dangerous balance that constantly kept him on alert. The friendship with prosecutor Miguel Prado in the third season emerged as a spark of hope. For the first time, Dexter believed he had found a friend, an equal, with whom he could share his secret. However, Miguel's thirst for power and lack of control corrupted the alliance, forcing Dexter to eliminate him. This death was especially bitter, as it destroyed the illusion that he could be accepted and understood by someone outside his family circle. It proved that his dark world would inevitably suffocate any light that dared to approach. No loss, however, compares to the devastating impact of Rita Morgan's death at the end of the fourth season. Brutally murdered by Arthur Mitchell, the Trinity Killer, Rita's death was the definitive turning point of the series. Finding her lifeless in the bathtub, with little Harrison covered in blood on the floor, echoed eerily the protagonist's own origin trauma. This loss wasn't just that of his wife, but also the destruction of his refuge and the family he tried to build as a shield against darkness. Rita's death made it clear that the dark passenger could never be contained, and that its fatal shadow would reach even those he loved most. In the following seasons, the pattern of losses persisted. Lumen Pierce's departure at the end of the 5th season represented the break of a rare partnership, someone who understood and shared his rituals. Although she didn't die, her decision to leave once again left Dexter to face his demons alone. In the 6th season, the death of brother Sam symbolized the loss of a possible redemption. The pastor had offered Dexter a glimpse of faith and humanity, but his brutal death reinforced the idea that any positive connection would inevitably be torn from his life. The 7th season deepened the wounds with the death of Maria LaGuardia. Forced to make an impossible decision to protect Dexter, Deborah Morgan shot her former boss. This act not only meant the loss of a dedicated police officer, but also marked the death of Deborah's innocence. For Dexter, it was the ultimate confirmation that his existence was poison to her sister's soul, the person he tried hardest to preserve. Their relationship would never be the same, fractured by a deadly secret. Finally, the 8th season brought the ultimate blow. First with the death of Dr. Evelyn Vogel, the neuropsychiatrist who helped shape Harry's code and functioned as an intellectual maternal figure. But nothing compares to the final tragedy, the death of Deborah Morgan. After being shot by Oliver Saxon and suffering medical complications that left her in a vegetative state, Deb was taken off life support by Dexter's own decision, who then buried her body in the ocean. The loss of Deb was the loss of his moral anchor, his only unshakable connection to humanity. It was the wound that finally destroyed him, leading to his self-imposed exile as a solitary lumberjack, a penance for the pain he caused everyone he loved. Thus, we reach the end of a dark journey marked by the losses that shaped one of television's most complex characters. Each death left deep scars, carving the tragic fate of Dexter Morgan. And now we want to know from you, which of these losses was the most impactful in your opinion? Which death in the series shocked you the most and why? Leave your comment below, we really want to know what you think. Don't forget to keep the hype alive, like the video, and share it with other fans of the series. Your interaction is essential for us to continue bringing content like this. Thanks.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret.